Hey guys, welcome to the channel, and today I'm going to build an app using entirely cursor, agent and chat mode. I've been using cursor a lot in my personal project, and I think now it's mature enough that you can build very small applications without the need of writing any code. So let's get started. So I'm going to use Next.js as the stack, and for the UI I'm going to use shadcn UI. Also, one thing is that I have the pro membership of the cursor plan. So just so you know, and I'm going to use Claude 3.7 thinking mode to build this app. So let's get started. So the app that I'm trying to build today is going to be a budget tracker where you can add your expenses and then you can see list of all those expenses and you can list all of these. I also have like written a bit of requirements here, but we'll get to that in a moment. So let's first try to set up a project. So I'm gonna say to the agent, let's build a budget tracker or expense tracker app. I'm I want to use Next.js with TypeScript for building this. We are not going to save anything in database. Just let's just use local storage for that. Let's see. So I sent this instruction to cursor and it's gonna think about it and then let's try to set that up. So it's gonna see. So right now it's looking at like the current directory. It's really the requirement. I don't want it, but it's doing that. I also have YOLO mode on, so it can actually just run the commands. But here I have to do yes. Um, yeah. So it encountered a problem, so it will try to do it again. So now it's installing everything related to Next.js. It should have used a create next app, but interestingly, it's not using it. So let's see where that goes. It's initializing Tailwind, but it's not able to. It's trying to do everything by itself, but let's see how that goes. It created the package.json. Let's create the basic structure for Next.js application. Okay, it's creating all the folders. Great. It's created the global CSS. I think, yeah, so it's trying to set up Tailwind as well. It's creating the layout for us. So it's interesting, right? So it didn't try to actually set up the project using Next.js, or maybe it ran into an error and now it's trying to do everything manually. But let's see that goes. So it created the app folders, a lot of like hooks and all. In the page, it is like doing it right now, and it's trying to create all the component by itself. I didn't even ask it to do it, but it's doing it. So and now it's like creating all the transaction components and everything. So transaction form, transaction list, and the summary. So let's see how that goes inside the components. I created a transaction form. Okay, now it's creating the transaction list component. And this is what I'm talking about, right? Like, if you are using it for some greenfield project, which by that I mean like a new project, then it's like really good. It can give you the initial boilerplate and everything, and that's what it's doing here, creating all the component by itself and everything. And by the way, I'm using cursor in the agent mode with the Claude 3.7 Sonnet thinking mode. Um, so now it's creating the last summary component. And once that is done, then I will ask it to actually use shadcn. So it's creating every. Let's see, like if it has like a good UI, then maybe we'll not even use shadcn. But I was planning to use it, but apparently cursor doesn't care about what I think. So now it's creating a TS config file for types configuration. Again, it's doing everything manually. I don't think. I think it would have been better if it just used Next.js, command to create the boilerplate. But yeah, I mean, let's say so. It's now creating the next config and everything by hand. And now it's adding a README file as well. So let's see. So it added like all the thing, like what are the feature and everything. Um, okay, so now it's importing everything in the global CSS. Great. Now it's updating the layout. So you can see like we really don't have to do anything. It's just doing everything. And so one thing about cursor is that after 25 tool calls, it doesn't continue, but you can just click on this to resume that conversation. And it's just gonna keep doing what it was doing. So now it's updating Tailwind. I have no idea what it's doing and why it's doing it, but let's see. So it's tried to update layout. Okay, so it started the dev server as well, and it's ready, which is a good thing. So now let's go and check. So localhost 3000, and there is an error. So look like you're trying to use Tailwind CSS as opposed to the has moved, so it continue using. Okay, so we ran into an this error. Um, because I'm not going to, I'm going to paste it and see how it goes. Let's stop, accept all. So I accepted like all the changes it did. Now let's me copy paste this error and why fix this. I'll just gonna say fix this. Okay, so the database has moved to in separate less install the required package. So it has some outdated information, and that's why it was using it as a different plugin, but now it will try to fix it. So it did that. Now it's updating the configuration. Okay, here. Okay, now it updated the next config. So now it's again starting it. Yeah, so I'm going to stop it here because I mean it's going haywire here. Instead of like it, asking it to run the server, I'm just gonna run it from here manually. Um, so we started. I'm gonna go here. Oh, okay, you can see like okay, all right. So it has like form and everything, but for some reason the UI is very bad. So let's go and ask it to use shadcn. So I'm going to use shadcn. If you don't know what shadcn, it's a collection of these components that we can use, and there is an initial setup. So I'm going to go to docs, installation, Next.js, and we just have to do this. Uh, let's ask it like, okay, install use shadcn, use shadcn uh, for UI. Let's just say that. Let's see what it comes with. What it comes up with. It's taking some time. Okay, so it tried to do this, but I can clearly see the command is wrong. It should be this. So I'm gonna cancel this and instead no, I'm just gonna cancel. I'm just gonna stop it and just going to help it a bit. I'm gonna help cursor a bit by just doing init here. Learn how to set an importer. Now importer it is just file. If I check, no import alias finding a tscan file, visit this. So I'm gonna just copy this and tell this to cursor and let's see how that goes. Um, this is the error I am getting. Fix this. Okay, so it knows like, I have to update the import alias. It did it. Great. Now let's run. So now it's running the, you know, so now I have to like use this. So I'm going to use New York main neutral. So it updated everything. Now let's start change. Let's install some that we, okay. It's going, it's asking me to, okay. So it's adding button and card form input select etc. It did it. Add more few components for our app. Okay, so it's adding more component, which will be now this is amazing, right? Like, okay, it can do all of these things by itself, and now it's updating the transaction form according to those new components that it just downloaded from shadcn. So shadcn have like almost everything. Like in component, you can see accordions, you can have calendars, uh, you know, um, context menus, date picker, and everything. So it will try to use it. So now let's see. Okay, so okay, now it's using everything from the shardcn. So it's installing more libraries, React Hook Form, and the Jot date FNS. Okay, I think so. It's trying to use React Hook Form for like validation and managing the form. Okay. And this is like one of the things that you have to think about when you're working with like these tools, especially with agents, because they try to now in this application it really doesn't matter, but maybe when you're working with like a full-fledged application, you need to basically take care of what it is installing. So right now it's installing a bunch of stuff. So for example, like React Hook Form or things like that. Maybe you don't need that, but it will anyways do that for you. You can like give instruction like do not install any new package and all that, but yeah, I mean, you have to take care of these things. So right now it doesn't matter because we are starting a new project and it can use whatever it wants. So yeah, so now it's updating the main page. Okay, all right. So it again started the server here, but that's okay. I'll accept it. I'm gonna close this server because we already have it here. So I'm gonna close this as well. I'm gonna start it again. It's compiling, but I think we have an error. Yeah, failed to compile, cannot, unknown, whatever. So I'm just gonna copy this, paste it here, getting this error. Let's fix it. So now let's try to check the border utility and everything. It's most probably an issue with the Tailwind because what actually happened was that we were not, because we were like the agent was trying to set up everything by hand. Maybe it had some kind of like issue and all. So let's see. It again installed Tailwind CSS. Let's see what it's doing. Global CSS. Try to make some changes here. Okay. Again, started server here. I'm just gonna say like don't start server. Accept everything. Don't start the dev server. I'm gonna put it like next, but let's see here. I don't think it is. uh, fixed. Yeah, it is not fixed. So cannot apply. So this is the main error. Cannot apply unknown utility. Server. This is the error we are getting. Is happening because due to to get see, I can see that you have the issue is that borrow isn't a valid tailwind utility when defining color intermediate applies to specify. So you need to specify which property you want to set to the border color. Okay. Um, one thing we have to do is like when we do this, we also have to set up a file or something. I remember. Mhm. So if you need version 3, use shadcn 2.3. Oh, interesting. Just again, like install Tailwind, like it's keep installing Tailwind. I don't know if it is working and keep updating like this. So it's now tried to update port CSS. I don't think it's gonna work because it keep like do this thing, and I think this is gonna fail. Let's see. Okay. Now let's see if this works. I don't think, but yeah. Starting fast refresh. It- Yeah. Oh, it's working. Okay. So this is like really good, right? So we haven't done any like we didn't touch the code at all, and it was able to fix the error on its own. But yeah, I mean, I can see like um these are not looking good. I'm not sure why. Let's see transaction form. So this is the so add transaction, right? And this is not looking good at like it's not looking good at all. I don't know why. I think for some reason, I don't think the Tailwind was able to, you know, no, I think it is there. So TW and everything is there. Let's do one thing. Let's close everything. Let's try to restart and see if anything changes. No. Um, okay. So, all right, let's go. So the UI is not looking good. So I have to fix the UI somehow. So let's go here and say UI is not looking good. Can you make it more usable and make sure it looks good, right? Let's just do that. I'm gonna move myself here. So okay, so it's now try to do something. Let's try to create the header comment. This is not what I meant, but okay, I gave and that's like one another thing about like these agents, like if you can be descriptive and you can be very like to the point, then that's great. If not, then they try to do things, and especially in a project which is like a new project, right? Maybe in projects where you have a lot of code, it has access to that code and it tries to work in those constraints, but not here. It's a new project, so let's see. Okay, yeah, that is looking good. This looks good. So I also tried to did like this gradient, which is just great. Um, And it has like these tabs, right? Nice. So these are like tabs which you can see from date and everything. Okay, nice. So this looks good. Add income, add expense, great. It's updating things. Great. Okay, so it's updating transaction list. Let's see. But I think it looks pretty good, you know. Now, if we want to change like certain stuff, like you know, date and all that thing, we can definitely go ahead and try to give it um very specific instructions. Let's see, which we'll do in a second. So it is using new batch component, so now it's installing it from shadcn. Okay, now let's update the summary component to improve its visual design. Okay, now it's updating the summary component. But this is how, oh, no, this looks good. I know for whatever reason, these inputs are not looking good. And here it is like even like shorting. Nice. It's updating the summary component right now. But can we add expenses? Let's see. So I'd say 10 category. Oh no. What? Can you look at these dollar signs? It's doing a really good job. But it's it still keep trying, to run this server. I'm just gonna close this. I'm gonna accept all the changes. But okay. Yeah, because it conflicted with the other server. Do this and reload this page. This looks good. Look at the details that it added. Like it added like this dollar thing. That's nice. We have this tab. For whatever reason, this doesn't have a background yet, but yeah, even the date picker. Um, but let's try to see if it works. The UI is good and all, but let's see if it works. So I say transportation, say like bus. Let's see April 9th and add it. Okay, it is getting added and it's being shown here. I asked it to, like initially I asked it to use local storage. Let's see if it was able to do it. No, so it's not using local storage now, right? So let's say, uh, now the other thing which is very important is that we have to really check if everything is working or not. So yeah, let's say whenever we add, transactions, uh, it should those transactions should be saved inside local storage. Now the other thing, like one other thing which is very important is that I'm not providing it any files, like make changes to this file. You can do that. So you can just say, summary, only make changes to the summary and all that. But I don't want that. I want it to make changes across the project because we are like updating the transaction in many places. So let's do that. One other thing that I have seen Cursor doing now is that it changes this model to auto. So it changes our model to auto, and it's not like I don't know what model it used, but you can see it didn't make any changes, right? So sometimes the performance of the models differs. So that's why I prefer to use Sonnet with thinking mode. I'm gonna do the same thing again. Uh, whenever The other thing I'm gonna do is whenever we add transaction local storage, so we can fetch them again. Um, so I'm just gonna do that. So now it's going to plan because it is a thinking uh, model. You can even see like what it thought about, and then it's going to try. We'll try to make the changes. I don't know why again it tried to date. So it is saying that it's already being done. I think is it? Let's see storage. Yeah, it is being done, but for some reason it was not working for me. Okay, so it says that it's working. Okay, let's see. I don't think it is. Um, let's see, local storage, get item. What is the name? Transactions. It's not there. Let's see. So reload this one more time, and I'm gonna do 10 category transportation, bus, April 7th, whatever. And then I'm gonna go. Okay, it is there. I'm gonna reload it. But yeah, so okay, so for some reason it's getting removed. Why? Is there a clear or something? Local storage dot clear. Hmm. Is it because I'm using Safari? I think so. I mean, if not, then why? If save transaction, then set transaction looks at set time transaction dot stringify whenever they change, whenever transaction is changing. Delete transaction. Okay, it's only being called in on click, so I'm not sure why it's not. So let's do one thing, maybe try to open it in a different browser and let's see if that works. So let's do that. Okay, local storage 3000, because I definitely sure maybe it's related to Safari. um let's see, 10 housing, I don't know, house expenses, and add that. Use good local storage dot get item transactions sections get item. I reload it. No, it is actually getting removed somehow. So dot get item transactions. Okay, so okay, now we're gonna do this. So do not restart the dev server. That's the first thing. The other thing is, for whatever reason, when I reload, the local storage is getting empty. So what's happening? What's happening? So I asked that. Let's see what correct from what we have seen, but there could be an issue because we're creating on reload. That could be potential. So now it's like going through like the whole project. Okay, let's see. So it's even searching web for local storage not working in Next.js. So it says I have identified a potential issue with local storage on Next.js. Here's the fix. So let's see what it is going to change. Because I wasn't able to find any reason why it's not working. Let's see. Maybe it's a Next.js related thing. I don't know, because I never have actually used local storage in Next.js. So it seems like it is a local storage thing. Okay, what says, I fixed the issue with not pressing run. The problem was with the implementation of local functionality in your Next.js application. Here are the key changes. Add a window check since Next.js uses server-side rendering. Okay. Added is loaded state. This prevents the from overwriting your data with an empty array. Yeah, that makes sense, right? Okay, yeah, that makes sense. I think that's what was happening when we were loading. The transaction was like empty at the start, and oh, okay, maybe that was the issue. We are getting dumber day by day, after this AI thing. So 10 transportation, let's say bus, April 7th, whatever, add the expense. Okay, the expense is added. We go get item. Okay, yeah, that was the issue. I think it was getting overwritten with the initial state of the transactions. One good thing about is this is like if you like check it out, you can see like the date is there, bus is there, transport is there. You can check like monthly on April. You can even see category, right? So let's say change the month to maybe let's say um March, right? And February, and then say oh, housing or food, let's say food, and I say like 20, and then I say food, I add the expense, and you can see like, I now I have two categories here, monthly and overview and all that. Um, nice. And then I can say, I can even short it, I think. Yeah, so it's even shorting is happening. They can start using you know, the amount and all that. So it's working. It's good. Let's try to add an income. So I say add income $1,000 category salary. YouTube videos. Hopefully, um, let's say April 2. Add the income and it's there. So you can see the income and expense, and you made income in and out and everything. And this is cool. This is so cool, right? Like if you have to build this by hand, it's going to take you bit time, right? Like maybe if you're a really good developer, maybe 1 day or 2 day. But you can see like all of this is working, right? But there are a couple of issues. Maybe let's just spend some time fixing that, and then we're gonna end the video. The whole idea was that without even coding, you can build these kind of apps, and this here. Let's do one thing. First thing is that I'm gonna make the app full screen. So I'm gonna say let's. The other thing is like this is one thing in Cursor that you can do. Like it says start a new chat for better result because the context window is the conversation is so long. It's not gonna give you good results. So you can just say new chat and it will just attach a summary of that chat to your new chat. So I'm gonna say make the app full. Make the app full width of the window with little bit of padding. Also, my select component and the date component for some reason doesn't have a background color, so format them accordingly. Also make sure each component have proper padding so they look good. So, and this is like one thing about cursor or like in general AI coding and all that. Like right now, I'm not trying to give it a very specific instruction, and even if this is working, so that is a good thing, right? Even if you are a somewhat non-technical person, you can even use this to build apps. I will not recommend it. I think it's still not at the stage where you can just tell it to do things and it will fix things for you, because you need some of that experience and some of that knowledge in order to fix these things. So, and in order to see what changes it is making, because most of the time it works, but sometimes it doesn't. And at that point of time, you have to come in and try to give it the right instruction to solve the problem correctly. Just trying to do that right now. So it make the whole app, um, full screen, which is a good thing. And even see like these batches, right? Like it even change that. So I can ask it to like show me all transaction, only income only, and even the expense, right? So this looks like really good. I'm like really fan of this, like the thing that it did. So it's like actively coding in the background, and you can see like it even fixed the padding here, like it was not looking good. If we haven't tried the delete function, let's try that. Okay, it works. Oh yeah, it works. I told it doesn't have background, so it tried to fix those now. Nice, great. That is looking good. Still updating summary. Let's see what it is updating. And it gives you the list of total transaction. It is done. It gives you like this, notification when it's done. So this is pretty much that. I think it looks pretty good. Let me know your thoughts on it, and if you want more videos like this where we explore what an AI can do and how it can help you with you know with building application, just let me know, and I'll see you in the next video.